Did you know that prime contractors are required to have a subcontracting plan when they're awarded large contracts? In this video, I'm sharing what's a subcontracting plan, when it should be used, and why you should care. Hi, I'm Felicia. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get notified when we drop new videos on Thursdays and when we go live on Tuesdays. Did you do it? Did you subscribe? Did you turn on the notification bell? All right, cool. High five for you. Let's dive in. I've helped hundreds of contractors with their subcontracting plan, and I want to equip you today with some of the key things you need to include in your subcontracting plan. Even as a subcontractor just starting out, you should also have your own subcontracting plan. And if you plan to have others help you deliver on your promise, a subcontracting plan is definitely in order. All right, let's get to it. What to include in your subcontracting plan. Now, this is not the end all be all list. There are more things that you're going to include in your subcontracting plan, but I do want to share with you a few things that you want to start working on to start building your subcontracting plan so you have it together before you need it. Let's start with how you plan to find potential subcontractors. So this is going to be in the form of outreach. So you should have some type of outreach plan in place so that you're always filtering in potential subcontractors. All right, you want to have that database in place. Now, one of the things you can do is networking, going out to networking events. Chamber events are really great to find subcontractors that you can, possibly work with. So don't discount the chamber events. I really like that one. You also have your industry day events where subcontractors will come hang out. And at these events, think about it, it's an industry day event, which means people are going to be there that do the same type of work as you. So it's a great place to find subcontractors. Now, this is one of my favorites because I always like to come from a place of being proactive versus reactive. And I think if you hold meet and greets, then you're being proactive because this is you holding the event, inviting subcontractors to come in, meet you, your staff, your company, and learn about you guys, what type of projects you have going on, the type of subcontractors you're looking for. You can also have applications for them to fill out so that you can learn a little bit more about their company and then follow up from there. So I really like the meet and greets. I'll write that one down. I also have matchmaker events. This is usually hosted by a government agency. I really like this one as well because they facilitate bringing in the subcontractors, have you sitting there as the prime, and then you guys will usually have anywhere from a 10 to 15 minute conversation, you being the prime with the subcontractor, and then you can find people to work with that way as well. So I like the matchmaker events too because it's really facilitating having that conversation. Also, you have conferences. Conferences is a great place to meet other subcontractors, and I like the ones that are usually multiple days versus a single day one, just for the reason of you get to talk to them more often. And so you can start building up a relationship faster because you're going to see them over the next 2 to 3 days, just depending on how long the conference is. So I do like conferences where you do have an extended period of time there where you can connect with people because you can do lunch, dinners. So if it's 2 to 3 days, a lot of times people are staying over at the same hotel. So it just warrants that opportunity to be able to connect. You also have your association meetings. I like association meetings for what it is because, again, people with common interests doing same type of work are coming together. But not only that, a lot of associations will allow you to speak. So it gives you the opportunity to be a little proactive if you're able to speak and, share what you're looking for at that time. And, sometimes they'll give you 10, 15 minute spotlight. And so you can share that and facilitate bringing in subcontractors that way. So my favorites are, let me look at my list. I love the industry day events for what they are. The meet and greets is my favorite because you're being proactive. And then the matchmaker events, just because of how those are set up, I like that one as well. And then if you're able to speak, have that 10-15 minutes to bring in some subcontractors where someone else is putting the audience together for you, that's a great way as well. Before I dive into the 5 must-have inside of your subcontracting plan, I have a question. Do you have a subcontracting plan in place? Yes or no? No or yes? Comment down below. All right, so let's dive into the 5 must-haves inside of your subcontracting plan. The first thing is you want to know your percentages. How much of this project do you plan to sub out to subcontractors? What is that percentage? It could even be broken down into certain areas, certain tasks that you may plan to sub out as well, because maybe you can't deliver on the whole project on your own, and you know you're going to have to bring in some other experts to help you fulfill that. So percentages, and then areas you plan to sub out. Also, you need to have your social economic goals. You can definitely look at the government's goals as well. You know, their goals for social economic set asides, and you can go along with that if you want to, but you should have some type of goals, percentages you want to give to, you know, your woman-owned small business, service disabled vet or veteran, or DBEs, your disadvantaged business enterprise, or minority businesses. So you need to know what your percentages are for those categories as well. Now, you need to have a plan in place. How are you going to find these people? How do you plan to go out and find these companies to help you? Now, I just shared a few ways you could do that before. I even shared my favorite, the meet and greets. So definitely you can go back, rewatch that again, but make sure you include that in your plan. You also need to have your process of reaching out, your whole process of reaching out, okay? Going to those meetings, okay, that's cool, but what do you plan to do? How are you going to reach out, and how are you going to follow up with these people? So you need to have a plan in place to make it happen. And then due diligence. Make sure you do your due diligence to reach your subcontracting goals, because remember, on large contracts, a lot of times you are required to have a subcontracting plan. So the government wants to see what is the plan and what are you going to do to make sure you reach the goals within your plan. So due diligence. How are you going to make it happen? No matter what. Include that. So there you have it, your 5 must-haves to include inside of your subcontracting plan. Remember, I said it's not the end-all be-all, but those are some key components of your subcontracting plan, so you can start working on those sooner rather than later. So here's what I'm going to leave you with. 3 things you can start doing right now. 1, know what your subcontracting goals are. 2, create your plan before you need it. 3, have a database of companies that you can always reach out to as you have a need for subcontractors. Now, if you'd like my help on creating your subcontracting plan, on reaching your contracting goals, maybe you need help learning how to bid the contracts, or just reaching your government contracting goals in general, definitely check us out over at firstbiddonefast.com, firstbiddonefast.com. That is where we host the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. And let me tell you, I'm really excited because we've added a few new bells and whistles to the Contractors Edge Bootcamp that I think you will like. So even if you checked it out in the past, go check it out again. You're going to get more access and time with me because I want to make sure you get to that first bid done fast. That is the goal. That is the ultimate goal of the bootcamp, to get that first bid done. And I want to be there to help you. Again, where's it at? Firstbiddonefast.com is where you'll find the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. And let me just tell you, this is our last session of 2020. So if you want to get in now, start preparing for 2021, come join us inside the Contractors Edge Bootcamp, because this is the last session of 2020. So hear me, because I'm going to get emails after it ends. This is the last session of 2020. So if your 2020 goal is to get your first bid done and you have not, and here it is. We're in the 10th month. So, okay, you may need some help. Come on in, get the help that you need. Allow me to help you get your first bid done fast. .com is the link. Hi. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and like this video. And remember, you're just one contract away. And until next time, I'll see you right back here real soon. Bye for now.